On the off the field, I work overtime. On the court or not, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on front.
We're back from our commercial. We're gonna get into a little MVP talk. It's all about Harden and Westbrook these days. And me, I'm the kind of guy that's leading towards Harden. Who you got?
Hands down, Russell Westbrook.
Hands down, Russell Westbrook.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Jump in. What you got?
And this is not taking nothing from Harden. Definitely not taking nothing from him. But when you look at what Westbrook, what his size, and his killer instinct does on a nightly basis, you talking about a guy that's what, 6'1", 6'2"?
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
He's 6'3".
No, he's 6'3". To average a triple-double for a season. Now, Harden came close to average a triple-double for a season. But in my opinion, Harden got a better team to help him fulfill that. Russell Westbrook, he got a decent team, but he doesn't have nearly the supporting cast that Harden has.
Right.
With the three-point shooters. Because as we know, OKC was one of the worst three-point shooters teams the whole entire year.
Yeah.
Right. But when you look at what Russell Westbrook can do, break a record that MJ himself, Magic himself, Kobe, just the greats couldn't do, hands down, you got to give it to the man.
Give it to the man.
Give it to the man.
Jump in. What you got?
Well, not only did he break the record, but Oscar did it in 60 games, right? He averaged a triple-double for 60 games. Granted, he had the same amount, well, what, 2-3 less, I think it was. It came out to be less than Westbrook.
Right.
And it was like a 64-game season at the time, something like that. He averaged a triple-double for 82 games. 82. Now, I get James Harden had, what, 2 assists less? 2 rebounds less?
82 games? I don't understand.
Out of 82 games in the season, he averaged a triple-double. Right. In the seasons back when Oscar Robertson was playing, it was a 60-game season.
Okay, you saying.
So because the season is longer, it is a lot harder to average a triple-double for the whole season.
Right.
Which Oscar Robertson is one of the greatest.
Right.
So for him to break that record, which all these years everybody is saying this record is not going to ever be broken. It's not going to be broken. It's not going to be broken. Well, we broke it. Well, he broke it. And he broke it in an amazing fashion. He would dunk on you to the point where you want to go home and cry. He had such an aggression when he played, like he had something to prove. And when he played Golden State, he proved it. He looked at Kevin Durant and he said, I'm coming. He has such a big chip on his shoulder. That's why he's doing it. I'm going to take everything away from James Harden. I disagree with him.
And another thing, the energy that Russell Westbrook brought to the court every night. And like some guys who take a night off to rest, he played with the same energy every game without taking the game off.
Yeah, he had no nights off. And, like, he said he's not going to take anything away from James Harden. I'm going to take everything away from James Harden. You have a team around you. You have a team. You got three-point shooters that can compare to Golden State. What did Westbrook have? Nothing. He had himself. Steven Adams, yes, he's a really good big man.
And it's counted.
But are they elite? Are they anything but a couple rebounds here, a couple points there?
Negative.
Exactly. So why do you say Harden?
Are y'all finished?
Yeah, we're done.
Is the blasphemy over with? Is it over with? First of all, Harden is MVP, and that's all it is to him. Second of all, Westbrook is the most overrated player in NBA history. I mean, all we're going off right here is numbers. You giving me Westbrook MVP because of his stats, because of he averaged a triple-double. So, that's what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about 2 rebounds, Like let's ignore the big picture of okay, he averaged a triple-double. We're talking about 2 rebounds if that's the case. Because James Harden averaged 29, 11, and 8.
He did.
So that's what we're gonna sit here and talk about for 2 guards to determine the MVP is 2 rebounds?
No.
That's what I mean.
It's because he did it with nobody else. He did it with no help. That is the reason why. Not because the points or the rebounds or the assists, not because of that. Because he took a team that had nobody. You take Westbrook off that team, what are they? They are Brooklyn. They are nothing. You take James Harden off that team, they're still maybe a 500 team.
I agree.
So my point is, for the MVP, you are the most valuable player, right?
Right.
Okay. How is Russell Westbrook not more valuable if you take him off his team and they're garbage? They are nothing. My son could probably beat that team.
You think so?
They are garbage.
Well, I tell you what, put a jersey on, suit him up, and let's go see him play then. Don't talk my head off to death.
They are garbage without Westbrook. You take Harden off, they are a team still.
Are we about winning or are we about losing? Whose team is ranked higher?
Because of what?
Houston. Houston ranked higher.
Whose fault is it that don't nobody want to play for him? He had the rank. He had them guys. Why don't they want to play for him? I'll tell you why. Because he's a selfish stat pattern. See, one thing about James Harden, he get that 29, 11, and 8, and guess what it looked like? Guess what it looked like? It looks like 18, 6, and 6. You know what I'm trying to say when I say that? I'm saying that James Harden game just comes so easy breezy, free flowing. Meanwhile, Westbrook, 100 miles an hour, playing for his numbers. Got guys out there setting picks for him just for him to get a rebound. He driving to the hole and just dishing it off, praying that he just make it, instead of just playing the game free flowing like it's supposed to be played.
But that didn't just happen this year, because that's been his game since he came to the NBA.
It's been his game for the last 2 years as far as the way he's been playing, because if that was his game since he came to the NBA, then he's been averaging 30 points since he came to the NBA.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on averaging 30 points, but when
he
came
been
out of
averaging them
college,
assists. Why has he just started averaging them assists if that been his game? All them assists. We've always said Westbrook was a selfish player, and now he had them assists. He still is a selfish player. He's just doing it another way. Now he's trying to pad his whole stat sheet. But if that's been his game since he came out, why didn't he have the numbers? Or even close to the numbers?
I'll tell you why. Because Kevin Durant, when he played with Westbrook, did not need him to pass him the ball. Kevin Durant could take the ball up, do it himself if he wanted to. Now he's on a team that does not have another person who can score one-on-one.
So explain to me, how did he average the numbers last year?
What, 30 points? He didn't average a triple-double.
He didn't average a triple-double. All right. I think this triple-double thing is... All right, think about it. What's the difference between averaging 10 assists and 8 assists a game? I mean, just not looking at it like, oh, he averaged
anywhere between 8 more points and 12 more points. Not 12, 6 more points and 8 more points. 4 more points. Sorry, my math is bad right now.
4 more points and 6 more points.
Yeah.
Okay.
With those 6 to 4 points on those assists could be a game-choosing assist.
I know, man, but it's kind of tough pill to swallow when them assists and ratio.
No, look, you're right, but he's
a reckless abandon, man.
Here's another reason why I cannot put James Harden as MVP. You see these mics that we're talking into?
Okay.
That plays better defense than James Harden. I cannot put a player up there who plays no defense whatsoever.
Why is he the 3rd seed and James Harden the 6th seed? Oh, because his team is better.
Yeah.
Who fault is that though? Who fault? Why don't Durant want to play with this guy? This guy, as great as y'all say he is, but Durant don't want to play with him.
I'm not taking Durant
want to skip ship and go a whole nother coast to play with some guys that he couldn't beat. But this guy y'all talking about is the MVP, so great. Why didn't he want to play with that guy? Why wouldn't he want to play with that guy if he's so great? I mean, for real, seriously, think about it. Durant, the second best player in the world. Why wouldn't he want to play with that guy? Wouldn't you want to play with that guy?
I mean, to each his own. To each his own. Durant had his chance.
Right.
I mean, he didn't capitalize. Is it all Russell Westbrook's fault that they didn't beat Golden State last year? No.
No.
If you are let's say Durant, LeBron, Durant, second player in the NBA, in the world, shouldn't you have a more killer instinct than your road dog if you are the best?
I would say so.
So, is it all Russell Westbrook's fault? Russell Westbrook can't give Durant heart.
Now, is it Durant not having heart, or is it Westbrook wanting to be the superhero in the end?
But if you're the best, that should be you. I don't care who you play with.
But one thing about it, the point guard got the ball in his hand first. Now, if Durant saying, I want the ball, but if Westbrook's saying, this my show, then that might be what have led to his exile. If Durant is the man, and Westbrook thinks he's the man, and he has the ball in his hand first, Durant just can't say, I'm going to walk the ball up the court this time, give me the ball. Now, if he got Mario Chalmers as his point guard, he can do that. But Westbrook is a similar star. I mean, he might not be the number 2 best player in the world, but as far as stardom, I mean, they're right there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Durant, Curry, Westbrook,
But
all of them are.
But with that being said,
Okay.
you cannot take it away from Westbrook. Like he was saying.
How you take it away? It ain't his.
Just listen.
What do you mean?
No, just listen. You cannot take this. This is his MVP year. It is plain and simple. I'm sorry.
It's his MVP year.
It's his MVP.
Hey, well, all right, let me ask you this. Do you think them actually playing each other in the first round will have any bearing on the MVP votes?
No.
Because it shouldn't. It's not supposed to. It's a regular season award, but they are playing each other in the first round. I mean, it's hard to be ignored as an MVP voter. You seeing them play. I mean, it's unprecedented seeing the 2 MVPs play each other in the